Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday morning. And you know what this means? Yes, it's now time for another edition of Manigan's Movie Music with me, of course, Reese Manigan. I hope you guys are good. You've had a good week, and I hope you've enjoyed the really hot weather. I know I have. I just returned from Clapton yesterday, and oh my God, I had a really, really lovely time. But I'll talk more about that after because there was a really funny infestation that happened during the week, and I'll tell you all about that very soon. But on today's show, I do have a very special guest with me again today. That's right, my fourth guest in the 10-week guest list that I've got coming up. So I'm very excited to introduce to you very soon. Also, later on in the show, there'll be more movie news and updates coming up, very up. So as always, we'll be talking about what's been happening, what trailers have been released, what other movie updates have been coming up in the week as we talk about it as we go on. Unfortunately, there will be no movie review today because unfortunately, I haven't really seen any new films this week or anything coming out. So I will definitely try to talk about something very soon to bring up in the conversation later on. I'm sure there'll be something that will pop up. But as always, with Manigan's Movie Music, there's always something to talk about. So don't you worry. I'm really excited to be talking about what's going to be coming up next. So first off, let's have a nice little feel-good track. And this is a nice little instrumental from Pinocchio. This is from I've Got No Strings. I absolutely love that track. Such a feel-good track. That was, of course, I've Got No Strings, the instrumental version from, of course, the movie Pinocchio. And you're listening to Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio with me, of course, Reese Manigan. And I hope you guys have had a really, really good week. And, yeah, it's been good for you guys and everything else. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the weather. Just very quickly, I just arrived back from Clapton yesterday. And I suppose if you guys are listening from Suffolk or Essex or wherever you are, you'll be know that there is a massive ladybug infestation. And oh my God, it was. We went there and it's literally a plague of ladybugs. Like, seriously, they're just everywhere. It's crazy. But then I would rather have a ladybug infestation than locusts, cockroaches, wasps. So just be thankful it's ladybugs and not anything deadly or things that can sting you at least. But also, on the bright side for farmers, then we know green bugs destroying crops or anything because ladybugs eat those things. So there you go. So try not to be too hard on the ladybugs. So, you know, they're doing their job. Okay, right. Now, my next guest today, of course, is an actress, and she's come all the way from the other side of London to be here, and I'm very honoured that she is. I'm very happy to introduce to you the one and only Carlina Van Glass.
Hello, I will correct you.
Yeah.
Carlina Veras.
Veras.
Oh my God, you practiced so much.
I know. I lost my tongue over it. There you go.
But it's okay. I love the enthusiasm.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, thank you so much for having me here.
No, thank you so much. And also come in at quite short notice as well, because I did have a guest, but they had to cancel. So thank you very much for coming in at quite short notice.
Yeah, thank you. I always say that what's meant for you will never pass you by.
Exactly.
Right? And sometimes there is that causality, right? That things happen for any reason, even though we might not understand it.
Exactly. Well, anyway, I've got a guest. She's right here, so that's the main thing. You know, the chain has not been broken because I said that every week for 10 weeks I'm going to be having a guest.
Oh.
And I just don't want that chain to be broken. It's going so well at the minute. Well, so I'm making sure everything's stable. So luckily you were able to come at such a good time. So so maybe them ladybugs did give me some good luck. There you go.
Exactly. I was telling him, there's, ladybugs are good luck. Maybe how much good luck can you have? Ooh, maybe a bit too much. No such thing as too much.
Exactly. Anyway, so you've come all the way from the other side of London to be here, and I really appreciate that because a lot of people say, I don't really get out of bed for this. So when they do get out of bed to come on my radio show, it's a bit of an honour that they're here. But no, I'm really happy that you've, especially during the hot weather as well and everything. So it is much appreciated. So tell us about your background in, because obviously you're an actress.
Yeah.
So when did
Among other things.
Among other things, yes, but obviously we'll get to that after. But let's start from the very beginning. When did you decide to yourself, you woke up one day and decided that you wanted to be an actress?
Well, and my journey is slightly different. Obviously, we connected. I'm an actress as well, and through a fellow friend who's also an actor, so I guess that's the connection. But basically, for me, the main thing that I woke up, and it was more about I want to tell stories.
Yeah.
Given that I'm a multidisciplinary artist, I'm a writer and filmmaker.
Nice.
The thing about being an actress is finding ways of telling stories using my body and my voice in a different way, that is not only writing. and that's mainly it, and also understanding, how appreciating that I love the camera and the camera loves me. And I went like, oh, hold on, there's kind of love affair here, and and I went through that, but it's mainly a way of telling stories, bold, provocative stories. I want to tell stories about not only female led as well. I'm from the Dominican Republic. I was actually there until yesterday morning. I arrived back to the UK yesterday morning.
Oh, okay.
Being here, and it's basically a representation of, in the UK, the Latin American people are the fastest growing community, yet we're not represented in the census or in the boxes. We have to take other and all these things. And a lot of my stories, whether like it or not, tell about migration somehow, because that's been my experience. I've been in the UK for almost 20 years now.
Oh, wow.
So
it's as long as I've been filmmaking. There you go. It's my 20th anniversary this year. So there you go. That's a bit of a coincidence.
More or less, yeah. So that's it. So I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I want to tell stories. I remember when I was really young, I used to had my parents to film me, or I've always been in front of the TV and doing all these things, or performing with my brothers and some silly stuff, and I guess that's it. And then for a while, I did some theater stuff, then I got a bit shy, and then I started maybe thinking that maybe only behind the camera. But then during COVID, I started doing performances of my books and on actual streaming and stuff. And one of my producers said, Carlina, you're very good on camera. And then I started getting the itch again.
Yeah.
Like the acting itch again. And then I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, okay, now I can do it. And to the point that I'm developing my first feature. I've already done shorts, but I'm developing my first fiction feature. And I'm writing, directing, and acting in this one.
Wow. Amazing.
So I'm really, like a Woody Allen, that type of thing.
Woody Allen. I wouldn't compare to him, but he's a good director, but he's not a nice person.
Yeah, well, I'm talking in terms of
I know what you mean.
Craft.
Yeah.
But
I'd rather say
others.
Kubrick or Hitchcock or
but I'm talking
Spielberg.
But I'm in camera, so I'm trying to say people that do also do on camera. So Nanni Moretti, Miranda July, Jesse Eisenberg, normal, Paola Cortellesi.
Yeah.
Those that type of vibe in terms of also out of fiction. Using my own story, and I want to blend between between facts and fiction, and then people to wonder but still not, but nonetheless enjoy the ride. That's kind of where I'm coming from.
Nice. Okay, amazing. And you previously told me that you have a short film screening at the BAFTA. Is it the BAFTA?
At the BFI.
BFI.
This evening.
Amazing. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
sure.
just tell the stuff you can tell if you need to.
Yeah. No, for sure. So basically, talking about, we were talking earlier about sometimes we do have to create our own look and do our own things, and how very in awe with what you were saying about your film, that you've self-funded your film and your feature that you're working on. So,
actually, it's not even funded; it's zero.
Well,
it's just,
even that's funded for me, because everything's resources. It's just different ways of getting it, right?
Yeah,
and money equals resources.
Yes, okay.
So for me, basically, this film is a short film. It's called Pretty Fly for Adonia. It's the production house is called Film Locals, and we created it in 2021 during COVID.
Yeah, okay.
Just after COVID was coming back.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is that we did 6 shorts in 6 days, and I wrote 2 of them, and one of them I directed, which is this one.
Nice.
And it's about a bold comedy about a Latin American mother who visits her daughter in the UK and wants to go on a Tinder date, no matter the cost. There you go.
Sorry, it's just when I hear the word Tinder, it makes it, because I've got some funny stories about Tinder.
There you go. But that's the whole point. Yeah. It's a dark comedy about
there's always
comedy.
something funny about Tinder.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah.
So so that's the story about this. Breaking the standards. This woman, an older woman, she wants to go on a Tinder date. Her daughter's like, what the fuck?
Sorry.
Oops.
Sorry about that. Sorry, yeah.
Oop, no swearing. Sorry,
yeah.
I wasn't told.
But it's a morning show. We're past the watershed.
Okay. I am drinking water. By the way. But yeah, basically that's it, and it's really exciting, and it's screening tonight at the London premiere at the BFI in Stephen Street.
Nice.
It's with the Film Club Short Film Festival.
Very nice.
And I'm really excited. I was actually flying back to the UK next week, and I moved my flight, so everything coincidentally to be able to be here. So,
yeah, that's brilliant. So you got a radio show interview, and you're going to be on the BFI as well. That's even incredible.
Yeah.
That's really great. Well done.
Thank you so much.
No worries. And I hope the film festival goes well for you and everything. I mean, it's funny you should say that, because just recently I need to hear from a film festival from one of my projects, and they keep delaying it. First it was the 7th of July, then it was the 10th, and now it's today. So I don't know what's going on. Obviously, they're having some issues with notifications.
Sometimes my experience with film festivals, they take a little while to reply.
Yeah. But I've just noticed, because when you go on Film Freeway, they have a date of when they let you know, and it keeps changing. So I was like, come on, what's going on? Is my film that difficult to choose?
Well, I always say that sometimes if they're taking a long time, sometimes it's a good thing, because it means you're in the last pool of decisions, right?
Yeah.
So just try to forget about it.
I can't. I need to know. I must know. I've waited too long, but no, it's fine. But no, that's really good about the short film. Do you have? You said you was working on a feature and everything, but do you have any other short film ideas for the future if this one has done well? Like, do you ever think, okay, since this one's done well, do you think there's a possibility for another chance for another film?
Yes, for sure. I am very fond of the short form storytelling in terms of my writing as books as well. I write like flash fiction, and I think there's a particular art in short storytelling, also in short films, that they just don't get the prestige of people think, oh, it's a short film or whatever. But
whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, it's just another film. Turn it off.
Whatever. It's so short. Who cares about like a 10-minute story? But I do actually. I have a few that I can develop, and also things I'm thinking about even creating something of my feature to actually, maybe, those ideas of proof of concept or something that can roll over, but also different things. It's one of those, as a creative person, maybe you can relate to so many ideas, right? And then it's a matter of choosing which ones and which one goes first. And the way that I see it is that I don't know about you, but for me, they talk to me. I obviously talk to them, but they take a rhythm of their own. And I've had scripts that they've been like in a drawer for years. So I've been developing or doing them. And then sometimes if you don't take them on their journey at the time that they're asking for, then they just kind of fade away. And then you just have to be really careful to take that strand and do it. And sometimes also understand that maybe that's their course, and maybe you're not ready to tell the story yet. Maybe that story you can tell it, maybe 10 years from now, and be patient and to be able to listen when, like this story, the one I'm developing the feature. As soon as I got it out and I started writing, it's just overtook, everything, and it's gone, film festivals, markets. I won now the development grant in the Dominican Republic with it. It's called Mansa, a meek woman. Journey to self-love and freedom through martial arts.
Oh, okay.
Through cage fighting specifically.
Ah, okay.
And
interesting.
so cage fighting.
Okay.
And the idea is also I want to be a British Dominican co-production.
Okay.
I've already got a Dominican producer. Her name is Amelia Del Mar Hernandez, and her latest feature called Olivia and the Clouds already. It's been like all over, won lots of awards and all that, and we are looking now for a British partner to make this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, that is fantastic to see, and I really wish you the best of luck with that short film and everything. I'm sure whatever you develop will definitely get further. So that's really impressive stuff. So well done.
Thank you.
But as you know, Carlina, you are on Manigan's Movie Music, as I always say every week. So this is a very film-heavy show. And as I say every week, I have to ask the same question to everybody who comes on the show.
All right.
So you are obviously a film fan, as to tell. So that question I don't have to ask. But the question I do want to ask you is, what is your favourite genre of film?
Oh, I would say comedy.
Comedy, nice.
For me,
because you know what? It's so good because for the past couple of weeks, I've had musical lovers, which is not a bad thing, but it was 2 weeks of musicals. So I'm so glad that for once you said something different. I mean, if you said horror, I would have gone, woohoo! But comedy, that's just as good.
It's not that I don't like horror. I mean...
No, it's fine. We all have our different...
But my favourite, we got to choose the favourite one.
Yeah.
It's comedy.
No, I'm just glad it isn't musicals this week because I've been like, come on, we've had enough of musicals. We talked about that. It's all been done and dusted. Brilliant. Okay, so any particular favourite comedies that come to mind, a top three or one that just sticks out that you go, that's the funniest film I've ever seen?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna mention it because we were just talking about it before the show started, and Tropic Thunder is.
Oh yeah.
It's really funny.
It is funny. There'll never be another comedy like it. And,
I don't think so. No.
I mean, it's a real shame, but that movie was brilliant. To me, in terms of best comedies, for me, Planes, Trains and Automobiles sticks out for me. That movie is just downright brilliant. Plus John Candy, I mean, legend. I mean, every film he done was just top notch. And also the Naked Gun movies, as I keep mentioning. I mean, are you interested in going to see the new one with Liam Neeson? Because that's meant to be a legacy sequel.
Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I get a bit like they're doing so many like things on maybe not originality, and sometimes I wonder if I want to go and watch that rather than just
But what I'm interested about the new Naked Gun film is that number one, it's produced by Seth MacFarlane, who is a brilliant comedy genius, and judging by the trailer, they're not holding back.
Okay.
They are literally going full out with it in terms of the jokes. I mean, I don't know if you saw the trailer, but the O.J. Simpson joke killed me. Like, it really, honestly killed me. And I said, I'm sold. So, when the second trailer also had me sold in terms of a misunderstanding, which I can't reveal because it's too early. But if you watch the trailer, it will have you laughing. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. Because what I love as well is it's not a reboot, it's a legacy sequel, because Liam Neeson is playing Leslie Nielsen's character's son. So he's carrying on with the legacy. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with it. And I think Liam Neeson will make it brilliant because
he's a great actor.
Oh, he's fantastic. Because what I've noticed as well, what people don't realise is, yes, I know, since Taken, Liam Neeson is always with a man with a gun who has to shoot people. But if you watch him in comedy, he's actually really, really funny. I mean, I don't know if you ever watched Life's Too Short with Warwick Davis, what Ricky Gervais made.
No,
and
I haven't
so if you go on YouTube, you don't have to watch the entire strip. If you go on YouTube and watch Liam Neeson Life's Too Short, it is so funny. Like, honestly, he makes it brilliant. I can't say what the jokes are, but when you watch it, it's going to kill you with laughter. Seriously, he's so funny in it. It just shows that Liam Neeson can do comedy, and he's just brilliant. So if you haven't seen that on YouTube, guys, I recommend it. Type in Life's Too Short, Liam Neeson. And if you are not the easily offended type, as unfortunately most people are, you will laugh your socks off at this, honestly. Because I remember when I first watched it, I was laughing for hours. It's so funny. So if you want something to cheer you up and you don't believe Liam Neeson can do funny, definitely check it out. That's what we're going to say. Right, let's take a breather. We're going to play some tracks now. Up next, we're going to talk about some updated movie news and see what's been happening, what's coming up, and seeing like what the reactions are for what's coming soon, because I can't wait, because I know there's a couple of things I've seen that I really want to talk about. So guys, you're listening to Reese Manigan on Manigan's Movie Music. We'll be back shortly. Such a beautiful piece of track. Colourful clouds chasing the moon on Manigan's Movie Music, live on Love the Beat Radio, with me, of course, Reese Manigan, and my special guest today,
Carlina Veras.
I like to make the guests learn their names. It's fun. Anyway, so yes, so we're on Manigan's Movie Music. We're now going to jump into some updated movie news, which I'm really excited to talk about because there's quite a few things that have popped up. The one thing that's not on here yet, which I haven't announced, but I'll talk about it now, is they've released a new poster for the horror film. What's it called? Weapons, which is from the director of Barbarian, which I'm really looking forward to. Now, just so you know, like with that and Bring Her Back, which is another horror, I'm not watching any more trailers. I'm not watching any more clips. I'm going to those movies totally blind. And I can't wait to see what they're going to bring, because both of those movies have got really good directors. If you saw Talk to Me, Bring Her Back is the same directors. And if you saw Barbarian, same director for Weapons. And both those movies were really amazing because I went into them blind. So I don't know what they're going to bring to the table. So I'm really excited about that. Okay. So you'll be happy to know, if you're a Jurassic Park fan or Jurassic World, whatever you call it now, that apparently it's already reached a milestone in the box office with 318 million on its opening weekend.
Wow.
Now, if you remember last week, I did talk about this. I'm not too sure about seeing this movie for many reasons. Okay, here's my reasons why. Number one, the last Jurassic World film, Jurassic World Dominion, was terrible. I hated it. It was awful. Probably one of the worst Jurassic Park movies I've seen. They just totally got to a point now where it went over the top. They totally milked it. It just didn't go anywhere. They obviously were running out of ideas, so they just kind of cobbled stuff together and shoved it out there. And it just ran its course. I mean, look, how many more movies do we need to see about people going on an island with dinosaurs or dinosaurs attacking people? It's just too much. So, unfortunately, Jurassic World Dominion put me off going to go see this new film. Now, the problem is, there has been some mixed reviews about this film. Some people have said it's better than Dominion. It's an improvement. But does it make it better? No, it doesn't, because it still doesn't top, of course, the original Jurassic Park movie, because the Jurassic Park movie will always be the best Jurassic Park movie. And in my opinion as well, The Lost World Jurassic Park was a great sequel. Now, bear in mind, this is my ranking. So there's 6, right, even though there's the 7th one, and I haven't seen it, this is my ranking for the 6 Jurassic Park films. So it goes number 1, Jurassic Park, number 2, Jurassic Park Lost World, number 3, Jurassic World, number 4, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, number 5, Jurassic Park 3, and number 6, Jurassic World Dominion. That is my ranking. But Dominion was so bad that I was like, what are they going to do next? I mean, to be honest, what they've also said about this project is apparently it's set 5 years after Dominion, but there's no mention of the past films apart from the first one. So this is technically a soft reboot. So they've kind of gone, right, we're going to wipe the slate clean. We're going to start again, but we're still going to say it's canon, but it's still its own project. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I'm going to make a confession. I've only seen Jurassic Park.
You haven't never seen Jurassic Park Lost Worlds?
No.
Well, the second Steven Spielberg one.
I can't even remember that. Maybe I did that one, but all the Dominion and all the other ones, I've just went. I want to stay with, I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to some things like this, including films, in a way, and I just went. I don't want to see it. I don't.
Yeah.
There are some franchises that
should be left well alone.
That should be left well alone.
Yeah, exactly.
And
but the fact that this movie has grossed 380 million already says that people obviously still want to see.
But that's the thing, and that's why they make it again, because
of the money.
It makes money.
Yeah, and obviously they just want to see the T-Rex again try and eat people. The problem is as well. This is another problem.
T-Rex eating people.
Yeah, exactly. And the other problem as well is that it's got a really good director involved, Gareth Edwards. He's a good director because he did Godzilla 2014, which was a really good film. Because what I liked about Godzilla 2014 was he kept Godzilla in the shadows until the very end. And we had this really epic fight scene and it really built up and it was good. The only problem I have with these films is, with films involving the dinosaurs or monster movies, is the monsters are brilliant, but the human characters are so weak. And that's the problem. It's always the human characters that are weak. And it doesn't matter if it's Scarlett Johansson or Chris Pratt, or you could have Liam Neeson, Matt Damon, you could have Denzel Washington.
But
the characters are just weak. Like, no matter who it is, they really make these characters not entertaining. The only film that I can say, honest to God, and if you haven't seen it, you have to, that has really improved, that America needs to take notes, that has human characters you care about, it's Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla Minus One was a movie that had human characters, that you really feel for, that you actually were concerned about, that if something happened to them, you're like, no, please don't. Like, you really care about them. When it comes to these movies, I actually go, do you know what? I hope that guy does get eaten, because he's actually annoying me. That guy needs to get eaten. And when that guy does get eaten, I actually cheer. Or when he doesn't, I'm like, why did that guy get killed? Why? He had to die. He was annoying me. Please get rid of him. Seriously, that's what I'm like sometimes with these Jurassic Park films. But yes, and I know that if I'm going to watch this movie, this Rebirth, there's going to be one character in it that I'm going to go, can that guy please get eaten? He's annoying me. And he'll probably survive. And I'll go, he had to survive, didn't he? How dare he? I'm sorry, but no, it's the writing that makes it,
But that's it. I was gonna say that everything, if the script is shit, bad.
I apologise for our foul language.
I'm very sorry.
Yes. Anyway, carry on.
No, if the script is bad, it's just it's very difficult to actually have you could say, oh yeah, this the you know the photography is great, or the costume is great, or he's a good actor. I could see this a good actor, but then you can't. There's something that if it's bad, there is not, or maybe not bad is the word, but if it's weak, like you were saying, then it's really difficult to actually pull the performances together for the actors, and everything is in the writing, right? And I think the importance of the director to to bring that vision and bring that along, and also everyone, right? The thing of what I love about filmmaking is that it is a collaborative art. It does, I can't remember who was it that said it, but it takes an army, right? To create. It could be a small army, but it's still very, to actually make something worth watching.
Exactly. But what was also more insulting to the franchise as well is that David Coep is the screenwriter for this project, for this new Jurassic Park film, Jurassic World, whatever you want to call it, Park World, whatever. But he was the original writer of the first two movies, right? He made Jurassic Park 1 and Jurassic Park 2. He's come back to write Jurassic Park Rebirth, or Jurassic World Rebirth, whatever you want to call it. And they've even said that his script writing's now gone down course because this film just doesn't match up to the previous movies. So it just shows that David Coep himself has also run his course in creating a new Jurassic Park film. Now, don't get me wrong, David Coep is a really great screenwriter. He's written some really good movies. Like I said, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. He directed, he wrote Panic Room, but he also directed Secret Window with Johnny Depp, which is, in my opinion, such an underrated movie. I love Secret Window. And I recommend that movie, especially the ending with the twist, which I'm not going to spoil. If you haven't seen Secret Window, watch it, because there's a really good twist at the end. And I think, honestly, he is a really good director and a writer. But what I've noticed is he has slowly gone a little bit downhill. Now, the last film he did write, which I saw, which was really actually unique, was Presence, which was directed by Steven Soderbergh. Not Spielberg, Soderbergh. I didn't get that wrong, by the way. There is a guy called Steven Soderbergh. Look it up. And it's called Presence. It's a horror drama movie about the perspective of a ghost in a house following this family. And I got to say, that was such a unique film. And I thought David Coep wrote a really good script there, because it was really clever that you are watching the POV of a ghost in a house watching this family. It was really cleverly done. Very good movie. And I thought that was genius of David Coep to come out. And I thought, he's back on form. He's come back to write a new Jurassic World film, and they've said he's gone back downhill. So there you go. So it just shows he's definitely become more of a Marmite screenwriter now. Like, when he comes up with a really good idea, he can come up with a really good idea. But I don't really blame David Coep, because I think he was just approached, and they said to him, look, come on, we'll pay you really good money to write another Jurassic. And I think he just thought, oh, well, I'm going to get the paycheck anyway. Scary stuff, Jurassic Park, done!
But that's it, right? To what point morally are you willing, or I guess money talks, right? Going, actually,
it does.
Actually saying, you know what, I really think that the story is, it's done its course.
It does.
I think maybe I'm happy to write something else, but then I guess the studio would say, well, if you're going to write it, someone else is going to write it, see you later. And there you go. And then so what do you do to you as a creative person? Do you take the money anyway, even though you're writing something that maybe is not to the standards of what you believe in, or are you willing to walk away from that, and even if that means someone else writing that other thing? And I guess that is a moral dilemma, really, that us creatives take every day, especially in film, in that way, that the studios come, oh, this thing, like how many, I get, to be honest, like even the Bridget Jones, they have it's like number 5.
To be fair, Bridget,
I actually liked it. Mad About the Boy.
Right, Bridget Jones, that was actually works. The only one I didn't like was the second one. The second one was a bit weak, but the third one and the fourth were big improvements. In fact, the fourth one I did see.
It was better than the third one.
Oh yeah, it absolutely made me laugh. The best part in that one was the bit where the dog's in the swimming pool and they had to do the cliche slow motion hunky
so
man
funny, yeah.
running in to save the dog, takes his shirt off, and all the women, oh my goodness, look at him.
But
it was
so
just
funny.
I know, but that's what I love, because I was like, oh, here we go.
You know it. You
I
know
know,
that that they're making fun of it.
Exactly, and I love it. I love that sort of comedy, because I remember when I saw it happen, as soon as he hit slow motion, I was like, oh, here we go, brilliant. This is what I love, and I just love it. It was just going back to old school comedy, because I love the fact that they're taking the mick of this young, good-looking man, and there's all these older women. They're like, oh my goodness, yeah, he's going to take his shirt off, and he's wearing white shirt, so we're going to see through his, it's just.
It was
and what made it even funnier was the dog wasn't even drowning. The dog was just swimming, and they're like, "Oh my god, save it!" That's just the best bit.
But that proves the counterpart of what we were saying about So there are sometimes they do get it right.
Yeah.
There are some. For example, I have to admit that I actually do want to see the new Superman.
Oh yeah.
You're not bothered.
I'm not really a huge superhero fan. I mean, Superman, no. Batman, on the other hand, I announced last week that they've just finished the script for the Batman 2. Okay. So roll on 2027, because I can't wait to see the Batman Part 2, because I love that movie.
Yeah, but for me, I loved Christopher Reeve, for example. I actually really loved the Superman, the documentary.
Yeah.
That they did. Actually, the directors are amazing. I actually know one of them, and it was really good.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just how the approach of this new Superman that is actually a complete unknown.
Yeah.
I'm curious about how.
Apparently, I've heard good things about it, though. Yeah. Apparently, James Gunn has stick to his guns, but he's actually really done a good job with this one. Apparently, he was very OCD with it. And he was saying to the actors, there was a behind-the-scenes interview where he was saying, I really wanted to take proper care for the fans. I wanted to make sure that everything was done correctly to tribute previous Superman projects. And that's apparently what it's known for. And the actors said, yeah, James Gunn was such a so-and-so to work with, because he was but it was respectful. So James Gunn would get a bit like, oh, you're not doing it right. And then later on, they'd hug. And he'd say, I'm only doing this for the fans. And he said, yeah, we understand. You're doing it for the fans. You're doing it for the fans. So they appreciate it, because he wasn't being a director saying, oh, whatever, I don't care, it's my movie. Where he was literally saying, look, we are doing this because it's for the fans.
I guess,
James Gunn, I mean, he is a good director. I mean, I loved Suicide Squad, and I love Guardians of the Galaxy. The reasons I love them is because he made those films fun. I mean, what got me to Guardians of the Galaxy was its music.
The music
made those films. But in my opinion, my favourite Guardians of the Galaxy is the third one, because it really showed his love for animals, like me. It showed a real passion for care for music as well. Like the soundtrack again he chose was just impeccable, and the story was just so packed with comedy and emotion. The only thing that I didn't like about it, which kind of annoys me, is some of these superhero films, I know there is good comedy in it, but sometimes they try too hard with the comedy.
Yeah.
Like there's a little cheesy line they'll throw in. I'll go, did they have to put that bit in? Look, we know it's a comedy, but they didn't have to throw that bit in. Or there's little annoying bits as well, like the Chris Pratt and the Zoe Saldana relationship in the third film. They have this little argument thing, and it's like, look, come on, guys, it's getting a bit too much now.
Yeah, move on.
Like it was funny at first, but then it drags on. And you sometimes do sit there and you're like, oh, for goodness sake, but they stop making these jokes about the relationship. We know they don't like each other, or they do. Just stop, okay? Do another joke. And then luckily, Rocket will come out with something. There we go.
Yeah. Now, for me, the thing is with some of these superheroes, there are some that you go until how long, But for example, for me, the first Iron Man, I thought it was brilliant. The first
Iron Man was good.
Really, really good, the first one. And some of the Marvels were really good. Then it just got a bit too much. And it just went a bit mental, especially after...
went a bit mental.
Yeah.
I love that. They went a bit mental. We're running out of stories. We're going a bit mental. Yeah, because Disney are losing their money.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they could do? Just stop making them and come up with a good idea. Have a little delay, have a little think, and then,
I have another idea. Why just don't stop being so wokey?
Oh, yes. Yes.
And actually talk about humanity in a raw sense.
Or how about make films like they used to, like back when Disney used to care for its audience?
Exactly.
Like, give me back to the 80s and 90s when they had really fantastic animated projects and didn't care about being so woke and all this stuff. I mean, come on, seriously? I mean, it's like, do you know, the other day I was actually watching, you've heard of Watch Mojo on YouTube. They do the countdowns, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, this is, I mean, I'm going to be careful what I'm going to say here, so I'm going to just try not to expand the conversation. But apparently, Lion King got controversy because they said the hyenas were stereotyped for being, how can I put this in a way, for being gang related in the way they were portrayed. And because Whoopi Goldberg was voiced one of the hyenas, and because of something or other, they were like, oh, hang on a minute, I know what they were trying to do it. For goodness sake, no. Can I just throw this point out, right? Before we all say they weren't, can I just say that Timon and Pumbaa's actors, Nathan Lane and Ernie Sambella, do you know they originally were meant to be the hyenas? So before anyone says, oh, the hyenas were stereotyped, let's rewind a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, Nathan Lane and Ernie Sambella, who were two white men, were going to be voicing the hyenas anyway. So before you guys say, oh, that they wasn't. And to be honest, Whoopi Goldberg, when I saw interviews about her in The Lion King, she never said once about hyenas being this, that, and the other and stereotyped. And then, can I just point out as well, hyenas do live in gangs. They do. They are bullies to lions because they do nick their food and they kill their cubs. But same with lions. Lions bully hyenas because they want to be the king of the jungle and they like to push out the hyenas. So lions can be nasty characters as well compared to hyenas. So don't stereotype hyenas to be humans and they're animals. It's what animals do. Animals fight. They live in gangs.
But also humans do as well.
Yeah.
We fight. We're, World War III happening or whatever.
But apparently when we do it, it's a criminal offence. But when animals do it, it's nature.
But
you know what I mean?
Well,
I'm just saying.
But regardless of that, the whole point is when people are, stereotyping on all these things, and the truth is there's good and bad, there's bad and good, and they're all about all these characters. Whatever you're finding, it's not as clear as a black and white perspective. There's always a reason of why, and real storytelling always, when I'm actually, even as an actress or when I'm working on a script as a writer or anything, there is always something about going, what's the point of view from this character? This villain is doing this because they think they're doing good or they are sticking by their guns.
That's what I love lately about films, to be fair. What I love about the change of that is we're watching villains from a sympathetic point of view now, which I really like. I like that now it's not just, oh, I'm evil, I'm going to take over the world. It's now there's a reason why they're like that. It's like when we watched the first Joker film with Joaquin Phoenix. What I loved about the first film, not the second one doesn't exist to me, I hate it. The first one, what I loved was you're watching a man who suffered all his life. He's found out secrets about his past that he didn't know. And he had a reason to go insane. Because there was if you remember, there was a line in the film where he said, oh, you guys care more about Thomas Wayne but if I was laying down on the street, you just walk past me and you wouldn't care. And that's how he felt. So you do feel a bit sorry for him.
And there is some truth about it as well.
Because it is about people being tribal. And that's unfortunately what we're like now. I think since after COVID, we have turned into that. Because I thought after COVID, we would be a bit more sympathetic with each other. We'd be more togetherness and we would more help each other out. But instead, we've turned, and even the art of films have done this, we've turned more tribal, more against each other. We've definitely turned more sexist. We've definitely turned more aggressive with each other. I mean, do you know, recently there's an interview with Danny Boyle from 28 Years Later.
Yeah.
And do you know, he said the inspiration for the recent 28 Years Later was because of COVID. And it's called the rage virus because he says we have turned rageable. He said one day he was walking down the street. He saw this woman on her phone just texting. All of a sudden she was going, "Arr!" Getting aggressive. And he was going, that is how people are like now. From 0 to 100, their temperature, their temperatures rise.
Yeah.
They just snap. And he goes, I blame social media, I blame phones, I blame communication. People take things out of context. And that's what he was saying. He said it, and that's why he got the inspiration for the 28 years later to say, this is the rage virus. This is the world we live in, because everybody is so full of rage. And it's true.
Yeah, and I guess for me, it's also the importance of finding alternatives on how to counteract that rage.
Exactly.
And for my own experience, what helps me, like I suffer from, I say suffer, but I do get anxiety.
Yeah, same.
And my life in the last 3 years, have been really uncertain in many ways. And I guess in the creative industries, we all have, come from, I think all of humanity in any way.
Yeah.
But for me, what helps me, just to say a little bit of maybe what could help in terms of tools, is meditation.
Yes, I do that.
And
also go for long walks. And also keep yourself busy. Because what I do now, because I've suffered with really bad anxiety early this year because of my personal job.
Yeah.
So what I've done is, instead of letting them get to me, sitting at home going, oh, they said this, they said that. What I do now is I go out in the world and I do stuff. So I'm filming, I'm editing, I'm writing, I'm seeing friends, I'm seeing family.
Yeah.
Me and my wife will go out and do something. I'll go to the cinema either on my own or with
That's
friends.
one of my favorite things.
Oh, cinema is my church. Right, when COVID shut it down, I broke down. It was like a family member had died. I was like, cinema is gone. And literally, I was devastated. And I was like, you have no idea how important cinema is to me. Cinema is my therapy. If I've had a really rough day sometimes, I'll go, do you know what? I will go see Jurassic World to kill some time and help my head. And I'll go off and I'll sit down and I'll forget about the world in about 3 hours. And I'll turn off my phone and I'll think, do you know what? I am now going to shut off. And do you know what? It helps so much. I love it. It really, honestly helps me. And that's what film helps me, because what is so good about being a filmmaker is you're jumping into another world and you're forgetting about the real reality of your world, and you're going, do you know what? I'm going to jump in and do some writing and jump into another world and forget about it. And do you know what? It really, honestly helps you. And do you know what? I come out of it afterwards and I feel so relaxed, and it really does help. So there you go. Plus, also, I do like to go out and, walk around Regent's Park and feed the ducks and stuff like that as well. Nature helps.
Yeah, nature for sure. And I'm just going to add a little bit. Besides, yes, keeping yourself busy does help, but it's also, from my own experience, what I'm learning to be more and doing less.
Yeah.
When doing things with more intentionality, because sometimes keeping yourself busy can also be a way to just filling in gaps that maybe they are meant to be there for a reason, and sometimes it is to pass through. I'm actually working with a life coach at the moment, Adam Slonson, and we're working together, and a lot of it's about that. It's about being less. It's about sitting with the feeling and knowing that in meditation, we know this very well, that everything changes and nothing is permanent.
No, exactly.
But the only way, if we actually just go, okay, that's just like a wave. The wave is going to pass, and we're behind and below the ocean. I'm just, there's a wave there. It's okay. Yeah. But it's easier said than done,
Yeah.
But all those are little tools that could help. And if you have a very injured creativity, find joy in whatever makes you happy.
Exactly.
Right?
Then that's what I'm doing. I'm doing stuff that makes me happy, which is the writing, the being with my wife, my family, my friends. That's what makes me happy, because they say be with people who make you feel good. Yeah. Right. We need to cut the conversation there because we've only got 30 seconds until the ads come on, and then we're going to play another track, and then we'll be back to another conversation. But guys, please stay tuned, because we've got more stuff coming up. You're listening to Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio. We'll be back very soon after these ads. But also don't forget, guys, join the live chat as well on the website, lovethebeatradio.co.uk, to interact with me and Carlina if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about. Right, so we're just going to jump into the ads. See you very soon. That was the journey from the movie The Rescuers. And you're listening to Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the B-Radio. Me, Reese Manigan, and my special guest today,
Carlina Veras.
So, Carlina, how are you enjoying the show so far?
Yeah, it's been great. Talk about our favorite things, films, and
Yes.
life in general, and also, the nuggets and little bits of life. It's also really good. So I'm enjoying it. Thank you for the opportunity.
No, absolutely. Well, thank you for coming down. Right, okay, so we're just going to quickly talk about a film that I know you haven't seen it, but I really need to talk about this about this one.
Go for it.
So you'll be happy to know that Studio Ghibli are re-releasing Princess Mononoke for a 4K IMAX release in UK cinemas.
Woohoo!
I am so happy with this because I got to say this. Princess Mononoke is one of my favourite Studio Ghibli films ever made. If you have not seen it, you have to watch it. This is a film you have to watch before you die. This is one of those films. Now, for many reasons. Number one, if you've seen Spirited Away, it's from the same studio who done that, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. Although he done this one before he done Spirited Away, in case you didn't know, because Spirited Away was released in 2001, and this was released in 1997, Princess Mononoke. I remember my first time I watched Princess Mononoke. I watched it on television, and it was on Film 4, because Film 4 show a lot of great films. And when I first watched Princess Mononoke, it absolutely took my breath away. Absolutely, I was like, wow, this movie is just incredible for many reasons. One, the animation, the story. Oh my god, the story is incredible. It's just so different and original. Plus, the Japanese animation, they always know, like, their imagination is just incredible, and their storytelling is so impactful. Like, no matter what they do, they really know how to make an impactful story. And what I love as well is the characters they come up with. I mean, it's just bizarre because in Princess Mononoke, you've got giant wolves, you've got giant wild boars, you've got fairies, you've got a forest spirit, everything like that. But you just go along with it. You don't look and go, well, what's this? You just go along with it, and you just go with those characters, and they're just incredible. And the characters are really likable as well. Like, they're very likable characters. But yeah, if you have not seen Princess Mononoke, you have to go. And I would love to go and check this out in the cinema. So let's see what it says. So apparently it's been voted as well one of the 25 best anime movies of all time. It's the best top 5 Studio Ghibli movie. It's also following the successful cinema releases of My Neighbor Totoro and Spirited Away, which I actually did see Spirited Away in the cinema.
I love Spirited Away.
I saw the Japanese version as well in the cinema.
Yes.
So it was really, really good. So they released it in 50 IMAX cinemas across the UK, in 4K as well, which is going to be incredible. So if it's in the IMAX, it will hopefully be out in the BFI. So that'll be interesting to take a look. It doesn't actually say which cinemas on here, but it's coming out 15th of August. Yes, okay, there you go. So 15th of August, guys. So if you have not seen Princess Mononoke, or you have seen it but you want to go and check it out on the big screen, this is definitely a big screen movie. Like, this is a film that I would go and see on the big screen, and it's a film that I would love to experience on the big screen. Because Princess Mononoke, even though it's a 2D animated film, it absolutely looks gorgeous. It's a gorgeous looking film.
Hold on. You say even though one of mostly my favorite animated films are in 2D.
Yeah. It's just most people nowadays don't really go see 2D films in cinema. But this is a cinema film. Like, this is a cinema, like, the scale of Princess Mononoke is incredible.
I will watch it. I'm sold.
Yeah, you have. This is a film you have to see before you die, because I think this is one of the most impactful movies I've ever seen. And not only that, it's one of the best animated films I've ever seen. Best Studio Ghibli. I think it's probably, I'm even strong enough to say it's one of my favourite Japanese animated films, to say the least. I mean, I've seen a lot of Japanese animated films, but this one just holds a special place in my heart. Absolutely. It's just got so much in it. And I'll tell you what it will link to. If you've seen the movie Fern Gully, kind of close to that, which is a very beautiful animated film as well. That was a film that was released in the 90s. It had Robin Williams as a fruit bat before he did the genie in Aladdin. In case you didn't know that, he did Fern Gully. And that's about awareness of the rainforest and nature. And this is also sort of the same story. It's about awareness of nature, because this is literally an animal versus human story. But I don't want to spoil anything about this movie. This is a film you have to take a look. It's also got a little bit of Jungle Book vibes in a way, and you understand why.
I love this
because it's about a certain character who's raised by a certain animal. It's a very, very strong, impactful film. and I'm so happy they're re-releasing it. This is a movie I'm going to try and see in the cinema. Absolutely, I will definitely get my ticket, and I will definitely go and check out this film when the show times come out. And if it's in the BFI IMAX, I will go immediately, because this is a film that you have to experience on the big screen. So, guys, if you have not seen Princess Mononoke, or you have seen it but you want to go and experience it, make sure you grab a ticket for the 15th of August. 15th of August in the UK and Ireland. And if it's in 4K IMAX, I'm going to go. So this is going to look amazing. So I'm desperate to go and check out this movie on the big screen. And it's like, for example, there's another movie that I always have to check out on the big screen, which is 2001: A Space Odyssey. I have seen that movie.
I love it.
4 times in the cinema.
Really?
I've seen it 4 times in the cinema, twice in the IMAX, and it is absolutely a film you have to experience in the IMAX.
To. I actually saw it last year again at the cinema, and it was. I'll tell you which one is mine that I have to watch every year. Is in the cinema. At the cinema is Seven Samurai, Akira Kurosawa.
Yes, I've seen that one. It's a great film.
I see it.
If it comes out in the cinema, you have to go see it in the cinema.
I have to go see it, but it does every year.
Yeah,
it does. They do.
Is this at the Prince Charles cinema?
No, all over the BFI, Prince Charles. A few they do, but it basically I have seen it at the BFI, at the Prince Charles, and the few.
Yeah, Prince Charles is really good because they always release really.
They always,
They are really good. I mean, I'm hoping that one day they'll re-release the full version of The Shining again, like the full director's cut.
And I think they will.
And I hope, because I've seen Scream at the Prince Charles. I saw 2001 because I showed my friend 2001, but unfortunately he didn't like the movie. I know he needs to watch it again.
Point Break, I saw one of my favorite comedies. Point Break.
I haven't seen it in the cinema, but I've seen the movie.
Yeah. I saw it. It's so great watching a film. The way I see it, watching a film at the Prince Charles is an experience. It's
it is. Absolutely.
It's like watching a football game.
Yeah.
And you're there, everyone's cheering.
It's funny you should say that, because when me and my missus went to see Scream at the Prince Charles, there were people in it who'd never seen the film, because I heard whispering going, I bet it's him, I bet it's her. And when the killers were revealed, no spoilers in case you haven't seen it, I heard someone in the back go, oh my God, no way! Literally shout out loud.
It's brilliant.
But when the second killer got revealed, that's when they said it. Because when I first watched it, I actually had a hint who the first killer was, but I didn't know there was 2. So when the second one got revealed, I even went, oh my God. But someone behind me literally went, oh my God, no way. And then when we all came out the cinema, someone went, I thought it was going to be the policeman. That's what he said out loud. He said, I thought it was going to be the policeman. So there was people there that had never seen it. So it was amazing.
Yeah, and sharing that experience that we were talking about earlier about, cinema and all this stuff. But, if you can go, if you haven't been to the Prince Charles, guys, please go.
Oh, yeah, Prince Charles is amazing.
It's my favorite cinema.
Oh, I think it's everybody's, because, like I said,
it is a people's cinema.
It is a people's cinema, and it is a wonderful place. And like I said, I saw Scream, I saw Space Odyssey, I saw Dr. Strangelove there, because I showed my friend Doctor.
Yeah, their program, it's amazing. They always curate like really quirky, great stuff.
They really do, and I do love it. It is a nice place.
And film on film. Watch films on 35 and 70 millimeters.
Yes.
It just does not compare.
It does. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. So yeah, absolutely. So if you have not seen any film in the Prince Charles, that's one I recommend as well, because you also get the original print as well. So it looks like you're actually reliving the 90s, I guess you could say, because I'd never seen Scream in the cinema, because I was 4 years old when the first one came out. So to go to the cinema to experience it in its original print felt like, I'm seeing it for the first time, going back to the 90s, even though I was 4 years old, but it felt like I was going back to the 90s. You know what I mean? It was really fun. Yeah. So it felt like I was traveling back in time, but I was in my age. It was really nice. It was really nice. So it is a very nostalgic little feeling you get when you go there. Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. Right, okay, let's take a little break from the chat. So let's jump into some more tracks. We've got some more stuff coming up, guys, so stay tuned. You're listening to Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio. That was the Lorax, Traffulia Valley, or whatever it's called, or Truffala. I don't even know how that's pronounced. Anyway, you know what that was. It was. This is on Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio with me, Reese Manigan, and my special guest today,
Carolina Veras.
Okay, so we've just gone through some interesting other bit of news. Apparently, there is going to be a Devil Wears Prada 2.
What?
Carly doesn't look very happy about this. But let's see who the new cast is, because apparently they look delicious. That's what it says on the article.
Right.
So let's see who the new cast is going to be for Devil Wears Prada. So we've got, first off, the original cast members are Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, Stanley Tucci, and Lily. Oh, just Lily. Is that it? Lily? Okay.
Tracy Thoms.
Is it?
Oh no,
She
it
played
is
Tracy
Lily.
Thomas.
Oh,
Yeah. It's just
yeah.
Lily. So there you go. So those are the original cast members, guys. And the new people who are joining are Simone Ashley, Lucy Liu, BJ Novak, Justin Thorax, Pauline Chamalet, and then, yeah. So these are the guys. Okay, not a bad looking bunch of people, I suppose.
I'm confused still.
So let's see why they're. Let's see why. Oh, hang on. There's more cast members here: Helen J. Shen, Conrad Ricamora, Caleb Heron, Oscar winner Kenneth Branagh. He's going to be in it, so he's a good actor. So that's interesting. So reports say that the sequel to focus on Miranda as she deals with the slow death of traditional magazine publishing. In an interesting twist, you'll come face to face with her former assistant Emily, a powerful executive whose help precisely would need.
Presley.
So yeah, there you go.
But
apparently, Devil Wears Prada 2 will hit cinemas May 1st, 2026.
Why? I mean, some things are better left alone. And having said that, I would probably even go watch it, and maybe at least wait until it's in TV or something. But why? I really love Devil Wears Prada. I think it was a really great, for that type of film, groundbreaking. The whole thing about telling the Vogue, and I have to say that Meryl Streep was outstanding. As Miranda, she's always amazing. But that role, and Emily Blunt was great, and Anne Hathaway, they were all great. But I just don't understand that.
I don't think Carly is very happy about the news.
I'm not very happy about the news.
Yeah, but you never know. It might actually be good. It might surprise you.
It might surprise.
I mean, they're bringing back most of the original cast, so that's a good thing. At least most of them are coming back, rather than just one or two people, and then there's a whole bunch of new faces. Because normally some sequels do that. They normally just bring two faces back, and then there's like a whole bunch of
So at least we have Miranda.
Emily Blunt's coming back, so the script must be good if they're coming back, because they're really big actors, and they would not join it unless the script was good.
Would you?
Well, it depends. You never know. You never know. Don't diss it until you try it. That's what they say.
Right. Okay.
You never know. The sequel might be even better. You never know.
I doubt it.
It could surprise you.
But it can surprise me.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
look, I didn't know that the Beetlejuice sequel was going to be any good. But that actually surprised me. I actually really enjoyed the second Beetlejuice. I thought it was really fun. In fact, there were moments in it I enjoyed more than the first movie.
Wow.
Yeah, because I actually preferred Beetlejuice's sequel wedding scene compared to the first one.
Okay.
Because the sequel had a lot of fun in it. And like the sequel, when they had the song in it, I was smiling throughout the entire ending. The first one had me smiling, but the second one had me more smiling. Because it was just so much fun, the adrenaline. It was just brilliant. And I love what they done with it. It was just comical genius. And the editing as well was brilliant. So I was surprised with the second Beetlejuice. If that surprised me, I'm sure Devil Wears Prada 2 will surprise you.
I will try.
Give it the benefit of the doubt.
I'll give the benefit of the doubt. I sometimes I just think that some things are.
I know, yeah, like the same. I didn't think, why would they do a Beetlejuice sequel? Why should they need one? But then they put one out, and it was actually really fun.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't diss it till you try it. Okay, so,
all right.
But there's a bit of movie news that I'm actually not very happy with because they ruined a legacy. Really? Apparently, Night the Museum is going to get a reboot.
See?
After 20 years.
Don't diss it till you try. Give it the benefit of the doubt.
No, this is different. This is a reboot. This isn't a sequel.
Okay.
They're not. This is no cat. Right. Do you know what upsets me about this? Right. Because this is a movie that had Robin Williams in it, and now they're destroying a legacy. Because people can grow up watching this with Robin Williams, the original actor from the original films, and love that legacy. Now they're basically trashing it.
And who is the new? Going to be the new one?
Apparently, so as far as we know, it says 20 years after the first movie was released, the production of the new Night Museum is going to start with 20th Century Studios. It starred Ben Stiller as a security guard in New York, la yada yada.
Yes, same story.
It says apparently that it will follow an original storyline with different new characters.
Oh.
So no one's coming back for this because this is not a sequel.
No, it's a reboot. It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but apparently the original director of the 3 films will be the producer.
But once again, yeah. So have they said who are the actors are going? Oh, Ryan Gosling and oh man. And don't get me wrong.
Hang on. No, that's the Star Wars film you were in.
Okay.
I was going to say Ryan.
Like, what?
Yeah, no. So yeah, apparently, guys, they're going to do a new Night Museum reboot. This is actually a re-step. They're going to start all over again, kind of like what they're doing with Jurassic World.
Can they? Yeah. What about? There's so many stories, so many people like ourselves, and so many other people. Can they just actually?
I actually love the Night Museum movies.
No, they're do
fun.
too. But this is
they're in my opinion, they're so bad that they're so good.
No, I love the Night at the
cheesy.
Museum. That was great. But what I'm trying to say that instead of a reboot, just get new stories out.
But I think the reason why they can't because obviously Robin Williams is no longer with us, and obviously. Don't forget, the third one was his last movie that he done. And in production of that third film, there was some sad behind-the-scenes stories, which I don't want to really bring up because it's quite too depressing to talk about. But if you watch the documentary Robin's Wish, you'll see what happened. So I recommend you check that out. So I think the idea of continuing a story with no Robin, it would kind of be a bit hurtful. I think that. you know because obviously it was quite sad what happened in the production of the third movie. But I gotta say this, talking about the film itself, funny enough, my favourite Night Museum film is the second one. I love it because Hank Azaria's in it and he plays the main villain. He's the Egyptian pharaoh. And do you know what I love what he done? He based his performance on Boris Karloff. So he was basically, I'm going to kill you, Larry. And I do a Boris Karloff impression. And the best joke in it, which had me honestly, because right, so basically there's a joke that I used to do when I was a kid. So if there was such thing as meatballs, I wouldn't say meatballs, I'd say balls of meat. And sometimes I'd say, instead of Rubik's Cube, I say cube of Rubik. I love that. They actually put it in the film. So when he said cube of Rubik, but he said it like, what is this cube of Rubik? That killed me because that's my real life joke, but it's how he said it in a Boris Karloff impression. So he's like, Larry, take me to this cube of Rubik. It's my real life joke they used in a movie, and it was brilliant. And I said, that's the best joke. Larry, take me to this cube of Rubik.
Absolutely. So
oh my god, it's my joke. No one understands. And no one understands it. That's why I was the only one laughing in the cinema. Everyone was looking at me like, it's not that funny. It is. It's my personal joke.
You're still laughing.
Oh my god, but it's the fact that Hank Azaria was saying it as Boris Karloff. That's what makes it even fun, because Boris Karloff used to speak like that. It was his actual, because if you've watched the original Grinch animated Short Christmas, right, that's how he used to speak. He'd say, the Grinch who lived on top of Whoville did not. That was his actual voice. So Hank Azaria based his performance on Boris Karloff. So to say Cube of Rubik in a Boris Karloff impression adds 10 times funnier to the joke. And I can't stop saying it now. I have to say it like that. It's Cube of Rubik.
Rubik. Cube of Rubik. Okay.
It's the best ever. It's my favourite joke. Anyway, that's why I thought it was genius. Okay, it's just a joke that I've had in my head since I was a kid, and the fact they actually put it in that movie was just like, whoa. Anyway, I think I need to take a breather. Let's, in fact, you know what? Let's play Night Museum. Why not? Let's play the theme next.
Please, yeah.
So let's do it now. We'll be back after I stop laughing. Always love playing that one. The Lion King to Die For on Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio with me, Rhys Manigan, and my special guest today,
Carlina Veras.
Right, so Yeah, we just had to play a couple of tracks there, guys, because I was just trying to compose myself from laughing from that little cube of Rubik joke. Cube of Rubik, not Rubik's Cube. I have to say it that way. But now, feeling loads better now, I can talk. But honestly, do you know what? It's so nice that I can come on my show and just laugh, because I don't know if anyone tuned in last week, but last week I had a really funny guest on the show, Polly. And oh my God, I've never had a guest that's made me laugh so hard on the show ever. Like, I couldn't carry on. It was just crazy, because she told me, if no one's heard it, let me tell you now. She told me this story, but she went on like it was normal. Like, So she said she went to go see Avatar 2, The Way of Water. She said she went to the BFI IMAX, and she went in her pajamas with her friend, because apparently they just come finished from work, so they wanted to wear something comfortable. So they went in their pajamas to go see the film. But it wasn't about that. It was the fact that she was going, we watched the film, it was really good, but an hour in, she realised that, why is everyone wearing glasses? And she went, they're wearing 3D glasses. And she was like, oh yeah. So she put on the 3D glasses, realised it was all in 3D, but she missed a whole hour of it in 3D. But she didn't realise, and that just what got me laughing. I mean, I'm sorry, but how can you not laugh at that? I'm sorry. And it just killed me. And she's sitting there, not knowing what I'm laughing at, and I just said to her, you do realise what you just said, right? That you didn't see the film in 3D for a whole hour.
Yeah.
And she was watching the film like, this is good, but it's a bit blurry in it. And then turned around and realised everyone was in their glasses, and she realised, why are they wearing those glasses? Because it's in 3D. It was just absolutely brilliant. I think that would have to be the highlight of this year's radio shows. I'm going to have to cut that bit out and put it on YouTube and say, best highlight of Manigan's Movie Music, this part right here. Oh God. But do you know what, honestly, it is like really funny when situations happen like that, when you go to a cinema or you've had a mishap of a situation. I'll tell you one story. I'll tell you a funny story that happened to me once. So this was back when I was with my missus, and we went to see I think it was Midsummer or I can't remember, but it was 2019.
Right. And
we went to the View Cinema, and downstairs they have screen 10, which is the sort of very small, the smallest screen. So to go downstairs, they give you a code. So they say, you're in screen 10, here's a code, like some sort of James Bond stuff. It's like hashtag 0198 or something like that. So I've got my code, I'm going downstairs, looking for screen 10, couldn't see it. And there's 3 doors, by the way. There's one door on the left, one door on the right, one door in the middle. So I'm like, which one's screen 10? So the door in the middle has another code in it. So I'm pressing the code to this door. It's not opening. Press it again. It's not opening. So I'm trying to break in the door. I'm like, why is this door not open? This code's not working. My missus turns around. She goes, there's screen 10 with a big 10 on it.
Oops.
So I went, I guess that's screen 10. So there's me on CCTV. Probably they're looking at me going, what's he doing? It's like almost trying to break in the back room. And as I'm pressing this code, trying to break in this door. And my missus goes, that's screen 10. And the one with the 10 on it.
Which one would it be?
Honestly, it was absolute. But the 10 was up on the top. I didn't see it. If it was on the door, I would have gone, there's screen 10.
Yeah, tell you what, something, Reese. Have you ever been locked inside a cinema?
No.
I have.
Okay, let's hear this story.
I can't remember the film, but I basically ended up, I love watching till the end of the credits. Like, I have to watch until the end. And I don't know, after that, then I stayed I was in the cinema on my own, and then before I'm trying to get out, and instead of getting out where everyone got out, I was getting out on the other way, and I ended up like in the back of the cinema. And I was in the back, and I couldn't go back into the screening room. I was like literally in the back, and I think this was in Soho in a View or one of these, Cineworld. And I'm like locked in for like 2 hours, and I'm like banging, and I could hear like people outside, and I'm like banging, and I had to like call and wait another half hour to call like the main whatever. I'm like, hi, I'm locked in the back door until I started getting desperate. And it's because I walked in the other way, right? And they were like, and then they came and rescued me, but 3 hours later. 3
hours? Whoa! What did you do all that time?
Just like hanging out.
Well, you had no choice, yeah.
I had no choice. Hang out by myself. I'm going, well, and just like contemplate my life.
3 hours, and so that makes me laugh, because 3 hours. Surely they would have looked at CCTV and gone, "What's that woman still doing in our room?"
Yeah.
Surely they would have checked. 3 hours. What were they doing? Were they having their lunch or something, or were they
Probably.
just
I mean, people don't really, and I'm like, just like,
3 hours.
whatever.
I hope you made a massive complaint and you got a free cinema screening the next day. You should have made a
No,
complaint.
I felt bad because they were like, why did you go the other way instead of going a bit of gaslighting?
Oh,
and
dear.
I went like, well, there was a door. I came out of that door.
Oh dear.
But there you go. Sometimes, do you ever want to be in the cinema that long? Maybe not in the wrong door.
Fair enough. But yeah, there you go. So not to the cinema for 3 hours. Although at least you enjoyed the film before then, and then you had your experience after that. Although you won't be talking about the movie, you'll just be talking about how you got stuck in.
Now to the point that I don't remember the film anymore. Right?
Yeah.
All I remember is the experience of being locked in the cinema.
I'll tell you one of the funniest other stories I had in the cinema once. This was back when I lived in Milton Keynes. So this was 2011. I was going to see Rise of the Planet of the Apes with my friend Charlie. And when we went in the cinema, this was back before you could book your seats. You could just go in and get any seat. Do you remember when you just went in and grabbed a seat? So what happened was we went in the cinema and there was these young kids. They must have been about 13, 14 years old. They were running up and down the steps. They were throwing popcorn. They were making loads of noise and everything. And they took a whole row, about 4 rows above us. And while they were making all this noise, everybody was trying to move away from them. They kept and whatever because they were really bad. Anyway, later on, the film was playing the trailers and they were still yapping. Yap, like screaming and saying things. And, oh, look at that! And all this and saying stuff. Anyway, this is where it gets funny. So as the 20th Century logo comes up, they're mimicking it. Brum, bum, brum, bum, brrr, doing the drums over. We all turned around and looked at them. Next thing you know, behind them, and this is sort of like a Looney out of a Looney Tunes kind or so. Behind them, riz up this massive bold bloke, muscles, tattoos, the lot, rose above them, looked down on them like they were little puny peasants, and he goes to, right, I've had enough of you lot, just shut up and watch the film. And then everyone started applauding, and they shut up throughout the entire film. There was silence. But then, when the film had finished, they legged it out the cinema and they missed the post-end credit sequence because they got scared of the bloke. It was brilliant. But I tell you what, it shut them up because it just made, because when I turned around and saw this bald bloke was hiding, and when he rose up, it was like he just come out of nowhere. And then all the kids were looking at him. It was like something out of a cartoon, like the Muscle Man. And he's like, right, shut up, you lot. And everyone was like, woo! It was the funniest thing. And they did. After that, they were quiet as a mouse. It was brilliant. And another funny moment I remember, which was brilliant. I went to go see Kung Fu Panda 2 with my dad. And 2 rows in front of us, there was a blonde woman yapping to her boyfriend or husband. The bloke's just sitting there. And honestly, just see the back of his head, just staring at the screen. There's her going, yap, blah, 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 oh, blah, blah, just chatting. And as soon as the cinema went silent, and sometimes you get that first advert that goes really loud. So this advert went, and because she was yapping, she went, oh my God, like she jumped out of her skin. And then finally her boyfriend started laughing at her. And so did we, because she was going blah blah blah, and he's just sitting there, and I could tell he just wasn't listening because he was just. And as soon as it went, she went, "Oh my goodness!" And then he started laughing, and we did as well. And I thought, that shut her up. Oh, it was the funniest thing ever because literally her hair flew back. It was like a cat that got scared, and its hair goes like, meow.
It's one of those, right? That people can be so into themselves and not aware of the surroundings.
Oh no, it was great. It was like, because me and my dad were just looking like, I think he's bored of her, and he was like, yeah. But as soon as I went, scared to the life out. Honestly, her hair shot up. Oh, I wish I had a camera. That would have been on YouTube, seriously. Anyway, right, we haven't got too long now, guys. But next week I do have another guest. I'll be announcing who that will be in the week. Carlina, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
I hope the BFI screening goes well tonight, so I wish you luck. And hopefully we'll be seeing each other again very soon, and I appreciate your time being on the show.
Thank you so much.
No worries at all. Right, guys, so I've only got like a minute left. So next week I do have a guest. I'll be announcing that in the week. Hopefully we don't get turned down. There's no mishaps and everything goes well, and I ain't got to get any last minute people like last time. So fingers crossed on that, because you never know what could happen. I know life, gets in the way sometimes and things happen, but let's hope, touch wood, that the chain does not get broken. So let's hope for that. But anyway, so guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Please tune in next week. And as from me, Reese Manigan, that is a wrap.